Dude, I sneezed in the car on the way here, and it felt like my arm was gonna explode.
I had that. I had that.
somebody else
sometimes
had
too.
It's like,
yeah.
It's like, what's happening?
Oh.
what is going on? I'm having a heart attack.
I know, dude. It doesn't go away. It just hangs there for a
It's
while.
that
What
sharp
is that?
pain, left arm.
What
No.
the fuck?
I've heard about this. I've heard about this. It's like Grace under fire.
Yeah. Grace under fire. What the fuck? That is a
That was
throwback.
deep. Well, it was
Man,
my life
that
was
is-
flashing before my eyes.
We Dem Boys!
Sorry, it hurts forever.
Yeah, it's like, and it only started happening in the last like 2 years. I never used to get that. Now I'm like, now I'm afraid of sneezes.
They used to feel so good.
Not anymore, they don't.
Yeah, I know. They used to be relieving, but now they make my back hurt.
Yeah, now you gotta really control yourself and like, okay, all right.
Yeah, I can't be moving while
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
doing
not gonna
this.
turn my head. I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with it.
I'm choking time.
Looking forward.
So you guys see the new... you guys ready for some news?
News.
All right,
We got
news.
news. We
Let's
got
start
news.
this off with some news.
Let's get some news.
All right, first off, the main thing is for the Power Rangers movies. You saw the Toy Zord. I kind of mentioned this. John saw
Yeah.
the Toy Zord. Did you see the Toy
I didn't
Zord?
see the
I saw it on the internet.
It's... I mean, it
What we
has a
said it
giant
was.
gun on the back. I mean, it looks like... It kind of looks a lot like the Transformers
Yeah.
Dinobots.
It's like we said before. That's what they're gonna look like. That's what they're looking like.
That's what we're going to look like, Transformers.
Dumb.
Yeah, it kind of made me a little less excited for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a big thing.
Yeah, the
that-
Zords.
if that's
If you
not
can't get the
good,
Zords
man.
right, you lose. You lost.
And we
me,
only saw
right?
one, you know, and he's got a big old dumb gun on his back. Like, I don't see
Yeah.
why that's necessary. I don't know. We've only seen one of them, so maybe.
Oh wait, I'm just worried that because the Megazord from Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers had a distinct style.
Oh, yeah.
It was blocky, really
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
old school kind of robot.
Yeah.
And I like that style, and I wish they kept it, but it looks like they're looking for that like kind of shredded metal look that's on the
Yeah.
Transformers.
Yeah,
right
it
now.
does look a little Transformish.
I don't like it.
It's like I hope they
Looks
don't
cheap.
turn into that.
They just basically ripped it off.
Yeah, it almost
Like-
it sucks. It would suck if it is like a Transformers ripoff.
They're just colored.
Yeah.
They just have a color tint.
And there's those teenagers with attitude in it.
God. So much
They
attitude.
better have some
They had a
goddamn
lot of
attitude.
attitude.
I don't know. If you don't get the Zord right, don't get me. I'm
Yeah.
out.
You
I'm
gotta
out.
get that right.
If I don't know, I
Big
like.
deal.
I'll see it when it comes out
That's a
on
big deal.
Netflix
Yeah.
a year from now.
Wonder Woman trailer.
Yeah. Awesome.
Hey, keep this momentum going.
I'm ready.
I'm excited.
It's the only thing stopping me from being depressed about the election.
at least we'll have Wonder Woman.
Yeah, she's really being a hero right now.
Here's-
There's something to live for. There's something to live
Yeah.
for.
Can't die before I go see Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
She was real. She would totally like slay him. She would probably decapitate Trump.
Yeah.
If she was
Oh,
real.
she would not take his shit.
She would not put up with that at all.
Nope.
Got
Yeah.
no time for that.
We don't have these in mascara.
I just hope by the next time we record this podcast, hopefully.
Oh yeah,
It's
this might be the
right,
last.
This might be the last
Oh
one.
no.
You didn't even make it to 10.
Ah,
Yeah, we're so close.
Yeah.
Yeah, good run.
Fucking Armageddon.
jeez.
Very inconvenient.
Came so
Yeah.
soon, man.
So scary.
It's like it feels like just yesterday it was July.
Yesterday. All my troubles seem so far away.
They're here to
Copyright
stay.
infringement? Is that, can we do that?
It was
Oh my
less
God.
than 30 seconds.
We kept it
so
at
Ah,
a 30.
Okay, cool. Cool.
I think you're good.
Oh, yeah, we're very excited about Wonder Woman. She
Oh.
looks cool.
It looks like it's got all like the same stuff from the last one that I really
Yeah,
liked.
nothing
Like
new.
the villain, is some poison lady. You see her in like the trailer where it's just like a mask.
Yeah.
She has kind of a
I
deformed
was wondering
face.
The World War
Yeah.
II
Yeah.
kind of
World
World War One like facial reconstructive molds they put on people's faces.
Yeah.
So that's what it looks like.
I think
So-
she's like a poison ivy type of villain. Like she's really good at poisons. I think.
Yeah,
She's
that's
like
what I.
old school.
What's her name?
Oh.
Do you know? No.
Isn't Madam
We can have
Toxic?
it next episode.
Yeah.
If we have it.
If we have an next episode.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard of. I've never even seen her anywhere. Like, and she seems pretty cool. Poison's, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that's really all you have if you're a human fighting Wonder Woman.
And it seems like a somewhat formidable opponent
Yeah.
to Wonder Woman. I don't know. Is
Poison.
she,
Yeah.
gonna do that?
is she
Kind of
vulnerable to...
expected.
Yeah.
I would think that she would be.
She probably is. I mean, it's just her outer skin is super strong, or is
Yeah.
it? I don't know.
I don't know. We're
To
gonna
be
find out.
determined.
There's so many different kinds of origin stuff of Wonder Woman. We'll see
Yeah.
which one we get.
Yeah.
I keep thinking it's the clay one because you see her like being formed in clay by her mother,
Oh.
Yeah, she's like rubbing
or like
clay on her.
repairing her
Yeah.
or something with clay.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I guess we'll find out. I'm excited.
I don't mind if they squeeze in some like old school mythology in there.
Mhm.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So far, I've heard
They
that her
actually
father
show
will
her.
be Zeus.
Oh,
That's sick.
that is sick.
Wow.
We'll find out.
Is Zeus a character? Well,
I
a
don't
character like an actual character in the DC universe. They have like air race in the Marvel universe.
Hercules.
Thor and Hercules.
I don't know.
I mean, those probably characters probably aren't copyrighted, so everybody can have.
Yeah, I think they're in the
Yeah.
public domain for sure. They've been around for like 1,000 some years.
Like all mythology. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like my own Thor.
Peter Pan. He's in the
Get out of here, Peter Pan.
Peter
Popeye.
Pan.
Oh, Popeye.
Popeye. Actually, I think someone might have bought a copyright to him,
Somebody
Recently.
bought I.
maybe. But what are you gonna do with Popeye? Come on.
Yeah, how are you gonna use that? How are you gonna make
Yeah,
money
you're
off
gonna
that,
give him
bro?
some spinach.
Popeye reboot, please. Yes. Now that I said that, next year Popeye will be a movie.
Yeah.
It's cool. The
You
world's
heard it
gonna be
first.
long gone by
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a play. It's like performed by mutilated people,
Like,
devastated area.
mutants. Like some
Yeah.
guy actually has like giant arms because he's like.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
2 months.
Yeah,
They hurt.
tiny, like deformed, atrophied legs.
You want some spinach, right? No, get that out of my face.
Playing to an audience of just like mutated vagrants and pushing around carts and not paying attention to the actual play at hand.
That'd be sad.
Just a bunch of corpses. you know?
Yeah. Hopefully not, but we'll find out.
You guys think she can fly?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
There's a scene.
Yeah, I hope so.
They like towards the end. There's a scene where all this lightning is like shooting at her, and she's
Yeah,
like
what's
kind of
that?
hovering.
What is that? Is that Zeus?
It could be Zeus.
She heard it here from here,
Thunderbolts.
folks.
Oh,
heard
heard
it
it
here,
here
here, folks.
Heard it here for your.
First, folks. There you go.
Heard it here first. It's gonna be Zeus and Wonder Woman.
Zeus and Wonder Woman hanging out. Father-daughter shit.
I hope she can fly. That'd be cool.
Maybe he makes her bulletproof.
Oh.
Maybe it's like some kind of like power, like.
I think we might have just like
Oh,
solved this. Maybe
yeah.
we should spoiler alert.
Oh
No, I think spoiler fan come out yet.
Well,
It's just
I
an
guess.
assumption. It's just a
Spoiler.
but if
theory.
you turn
It's a
out to be
theory.
right,
Then it's a theory.
That's a really good.
so-
It's like I thought that Suicide Squad was just going to be. They had to use those guys, the horrible people, because I thought in Batman vs Superman they get like pulled to somewhere else, and so they
Yeah.
wouldn't be there to fight. You know, these two enchanted villains. But no,
That's what I thought.
like they just weren't around. I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just not there. It's like
Batman was like, nah.
Not today.
Nah, pass.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Like, where were they?
Maybe Batman was out finding the Justice League. Maybe that's where he was.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Heard it here first.
Superman.
Another prediction.
Gotta stop. We're gonna break. We're gonna. Yeah.
I like the rope, the wristbands, and I like her armor.
Yeah.
Her armor
Oh,
is
yeah.
so
She was
cool.
using
I like
a rope.
I like her armor in the beginning where it's like mostly gold.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Where
I
she's
like her
wearing this
braid.
cool-
Mm-hmm.
She's
She
like
just looks
finally
cool.
like it looks like that's like she finally gets like set out into the real world and she
Yeah.
takes that with her.
Looks like she's stealing all of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It
is,
looks like
yeah.
their guard, like they're the guards of Themyscira, are kind of wearing those. That lady that was swinging from that rope,
Uh-huh.
shooting
that was
arrows,
so cool.
kind of looked to her
That
like her.
was.
That was awesome.
She got shot.
She got
Yeah,
shot.
it
She
looks
got
like
shot.
She did.
I think they're making you think she did.
Yeah, I wonder if it just like bounces
Spoiler.
off her and everything's fine.
Yeah. So
Maybe.
waste
She
some
just like
bullets here,
landed
bro.
wrong and like broke her neck or something. Like,
$1 million baby did.
yeah, yeah. There was a stool on its side on
Well,
the
they
beach.
don't show her
Wonder Woman's
dead.
Gwen
They
Stacy.
just show her laying there. I mean, She might not be dead.
She might
Maybe
not.
she just like
Yeah.
broke her finger and it was like split to the side, and she was like, "Oh!" shit,
Yeah.
everyone was saying, "Oh my god."
Yeah. It's
Um,
possible. They could be looking at anything. We don't
They
know.
could be.
We're speculating.
That looks like a really cool scene when it's like they're at Themyscira and like all those World War II soldiers come out, like they hit the
Yeah.
beach and everything. And you know, if that's like Greek mythology, it's probably gonna be around like Greece and was it the Mediterranean Sea?
Yeah.
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 That during World War I was pretty crazy.
It's gonna be cool
It's
to
like
see
the Ottoman
that.
Empire fighting.
Did just Wonder Woman run around in World War One?
She's gonna take out some tanks. You know she is.
Yeah,
dude.
She's gonna
gonna
bend
be
some of those barrels.
Oh, do it! Do it!
You shoot yourself.
Yeah,
Single-handedly.
Come
Yeah.
right back in.
that's gonna be good. I'm excited.
Yeah. It's coming up next year, early next year, so
Yeah, I'm ready.
it's coming up. All right, well, let's get down to the main topic for today, which is Superman villains.
Superman villains.
All right.
Woo,
Ready.
Superman villains.
He's got some cool ones.
I mean, we got like a pretty good list here.
at first, like when
notes.
when you said it first, I was like, man, I can't think of really any good ones. And then once we actually looked through, I'm like, no, he's actually got some
He's
pretty
got
cool.
some-
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has like probably the most underutilized villains I've ever.
Yeah, and that are
really
pretty
got.
powerful.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe like they would just dominate any other any
I
other
know,
superhero.
like at least 5 of them would. Without Superman, they would now be running the world.
Yeah, I mean, there's at least like 3 on here that are just like ultimate AIs that can control
Yeah.
all of, like robotics.
can't
Yeah,
kill
that's
him.
right.
Yeah.
You can't kill them; they
Yes.
just go somewhere else.
Yeah, Brainiac you could just like push off. Like you can never really defeat him.
Yeah.
He it was a quote: "Cannot be stopped." Wait, no, he can be stopped but not defeated.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
I
Wow.
know.
It's like Ultron. You know?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was Ultron.
It's like the herpes of the DC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Robot herpes.
Yeah.
Robot herpes.
I mean, that pretty much sounds like that's what Cyborg Superman is too.
Yeah, he was
Hank
like
Henshaw.
a scientist, put his own consciousness into a robot.
Yeah, but I guess he's like a human brain.
Yeah.
And he can control all of like robotics and maybe even metal.
What?
Maybe
That's
just
crazy.
robotics or electronics and shit. But he just puts his brain in there and he takes it over.
Well, that's a
Um,
pretty handy skill.
Yeah.
And that is
It's like-
Or power.
Yeah. Like that seems like so really overpowered. Like all these people.
It's so unnecessary.
Like crazy.
I don't understand why they have to, like with Ultron and Brainiac, why they have. The only reason they disappear for a while is so that they can write about other people. If this was like a realistic scenario, it would never leave. Like if you can't defeat it and it can be anywhere, it has no reason to leave for a while and come back.
Yeah, just always trying until it
Yeah.
just succeeds. Like Skynet.
Skynet.
That's
Oh.
me. There's just Skynet that just goes and takes naps every night.
Nice thing about Skynet, though, if that is the future, they were efficient as fuck. Like,
Oh, yeah.
they didn't make you suffer a whole lot. They had their slaves. They used human labor for sure.
Mhm.
But, and we'll get into this in the Terminator episode.
Oh yes, of course.
But yeah, they were efficient. They killed pretty easily, pretty quickly. That's
Yeah, I
better
mean they're
than,
not
like,
gonna stop. That's what.
fucking
That's,
Independence Day.
yeah.
Just decimate the major cities and let the world die.
It's just hang around. Just give them a couple months. They'll kill each
Yeah,
other.
yeah, they'll kill each
They'll
other.
save us on gas. Or
They're gonna get
something.
sick and shit. Don't go down. This is when they get gross.
This is gross. This is dystopian humanity. It's
Yeah.
not fun. It's not pretty.
More gross.
It's just
we should
poo
say.
everywhere. Brainiac. That isn't that what Brainiac is too?
Yeah.
Did we just talk about
Very
Brainiac?
Yeah,
oh,
that's-
Metallo. I'm thinking Metallo.
Okay, Metallo.
Oh, Metallo.
But he has like a kryptonite heart. To
Mhm.
me, he seems like he's basically Brainiac with a kryptonite heart.
I don't think he has the ability to transfer into other.
Oh,
Into like
Forms
the
of
oh
networks.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. That's
Computers
true.
and
He's
stuff.
just a robot.
He's more like Terminator with a human mind.
Yeah. Okay.
Does he always have that kryptonite? Like
I think,
did he
it
get
it
isn't
powers
it his
him.
heart. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
It's just in his chest, and anytime he fights a Superman, he always just like gets as close as he can, and then
Grapples
opens
over it,
Shunk.
yeah.
It just says like the elevator doors to his
Yeah,
kryptonite
he's so
heart.
dumb. Like, you could. It's not that hard to make that look cool.
There's like bear hugs him to death.
He
Mhm.
does.
There's been some really cool renditions of him, though.
Yeah.
I like Metallo. He's definitely one of my top 3 favorite Superman villains.
Yeah.
The
Me too.
animated series one was really cool.
Yeah, he was
Mhm.
really good.
He had.
I like that one.
They picked like a weird human. Like he had skin. He had a
Yeah.
a living. What's a Terminator X skin called?
It's just like an epiderm. What do they call that?
That's what I was trying to think. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Covered in synthetic, I think. Endoskeleton.
Living something tissue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Metallo is. I
I
guess.
think he just
Yeah.
says living tissue.
Yeah, I guess that's all it is.
Mm.
Like
I
the
like
like the
that.
person they chose to model Metallo out of in the animated series like always seemed weird to me. It was like this. It looked like a white Cisco almost. Like he had like
Yeah.
silvery hair.
Yes.
and
Man.
it's like,
Yeah, he did. He did look like that.
almost. I don't know. But like all the that's pretty much like all the robot people. Like there's the two AIs. Brainiac I think is an alien, maybe.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong.
I think he is.
Is he just not? Is he not like? Is he just a sentient AI?
He might
That's
be.
what I thought.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, like kind of like Ultron.
Yeah.
Is Ultron like that?
We'll have
Yeah.
to check.
Well, what I'm wondering is it a sentient AI from another world,
Oh
Mhm.
right.
or
yeah.
did we make him?
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's.
I don't know.
I for some reason I thought he was alien, but it might be.
I was thinking he was alien.
Yeah.
I always
Like
thought he was
came
alien.
from somewhere else.
Because he had a different kind of style to his, like anything he did.
Yeah, and he was going around to different planets.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking him over.
Uh huh. Yeah.
Well, that makes
So-
sense then.
It's just like it's kind of like three different versions of the same kind of idea. Brainiac's like an alien computer.
What about the Android Superman?
Cyborg Superman.
Cyborg Superman.
Yeah. Well,
He
he's
can
like
do the
a
same
guy.
thing, though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He's pretty much the same thing, but he's a guy on Earth who's basically just pure consciousness.
Yeah.
His physical body got destroyed, and now he takes over electronics.
Yeah.
So he's like an Earthling that did it.
That's cool.
Brainiac's an alien that did it.
He was always aesthetically pleasing, like
Yeah.
Terminator Superman.
He was.
He
Yeah.
always looked like it when I was a kid. That's what sold it for me. Like a part Superman,
Yeah,
part
that was
Terminator.
awesome.
Hell yeah.
First time I ever saw him was around the time they had all those different kinds of Superman. Like
Yeah,
Superboy.
that's when we were kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, like in the 90s, they like Superman died, so they flooded. They
Yeah.
had like Steel, they had Cyborg Superman, Superboy.
Black
that-
costumes,
Yeah,
Superman.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know what his
black and
name was.
silver.
And those pistols.
Yeah, guns.
Yeah,
Oh,
two
that's
like
right.
silver sci-fi pistols.
Of course, in the 90s, if you want to redo a character, just
Yeah.
either give him a shitload of pouches and pistols,
Oh, God.
or
Pouch it up.
pouch up that
Pouch it up the
Superman.
store.
You know what this Superman needs? He needs a few pouches. He needs
Yeah.
a belt with
Pouches.
like
Yeah.
50 pouches.
Patches on the legs.
What's he gonna put in there? I don't know.
What does Chewie have in his? You don't know.
Doesn't matter. It never shows it's the pouch. It's the utility that matters.
A lot
It's
of
house
weed.
keys.
So
Chewie's just
load it
got
up.
each one of those is packed with a little spliff, just on a rotator.
Chewie is always holding.
When you don't see him in the movie, it's because he's hiding somewhere smoking. Otherwise, he'd pull your arms off.
Rip them off so fast.
Why do you think he's so chill?
And there's Parasite.
Yep.
Anything else about the cyborgs?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah. Yeah. Parasite.
Parasite's cool.
He got his. Okay, we were looking at his origin, and his origin was him in the back of a truck with 2 barrels of purple toxic goo, and the truck
Yeah.
like was hitting some turbulence.
Just OSHA was not involved.
Yeah.
There was
So
not.
why are
No
you in the
tie
back of the
downs.
truck with
No
me?
tie
No
downs.
tie
It
downs.
seems like you're kind of asking for it.
Oh
That
my
one,
gosh. No restraints, nothing at all. None of it was regulated at
It
all.
wasn't.
It's just a dude sitting there holding him as the truck's driving around.
And what will happen, happened.
Parasite.
Turned into a super being that could pull the power from other metahumans and have it
Yeah.
for a period of time. And
I mean, really, when will the comic book universe ever learn never to mess with toxic goo? They're always put in barrels
Leave
and
it-
they're
put in
crazy
barrels, I
careless
know.
They're
with
very
it.
careless with their waste.
There needs to be some regulation. in these
There-
comics.
yeah.
They
it's
need
too
to.
easy to find superpowered goo that will turn you into something horrible, but give you abilities.
Sometimes it's pretty great with Daredevil. Sometimes it's a big mess with Parasite.
Yeah,
It is, yeah. I wouldn't want to be that guy.
No,
Constantly having to recharge.
that'd be horrible.
Does he have to wear
Yeah.
that costume all the time?
It's not a costume, bro.
think
Is that his
That's his
skin?
face, man.
Oh God.
He is.
Damn.
He's like he's been depicted sometimes as just like muscle.
Yeah, is that
You
Alex
know.
Ross's?
Mhm.
Yeah, his was cool.
Yeah, that was a really good one. But he would bloat and stuff whenever he would take their power.
Whoa, he's all gross.
Yeah, he'd
See-
do that in that All-Star Superman as well.
Yeah.
Turned into like this gorging beast kind of that was just inhaling and
So you got bigger the more energy sucked out of Superman?
in that one,
Okay.
it was
I like that idea, though.
like literally gorging on the power.
That's
Like,
cool, yeah.
change him
Storing it
somehow.
away.
But he also has their weaknesses, so you just use kryptonite on him if he takes Superman's abilities.
Huh.
You can stop him.
Do you like? Is it kind of like Rogue, where you can kind of maybe you can get like other parts of their personality?
Yeah, I think I don't know about
Maybe
so much.
takes on their personality.
I haven't seen anything that says that so much, but it is.
Well, I guess,
he's
yeah,
a lot
that's-
like Rogue, though.
But yeah, it's like more less like psychological and more just like physical.
Yeah,
Because you're not thinking about being weak to like kryptonite or something. That's just the way your body works.
yeah, it's just an innate reaction.
I think like all muscle is probably the way it should look.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna get a whole bunch of like toxic waste dumped on you, you're probably going to
You're
look
gonna
like
get
that.
messed up.
The
You're
guy,
gonna look bad.
Yeah, the
You're gonna
guy.
look real bad.
You're gonna look exactly like that guy in RoboCop.
Yeah,
I was just about
to say
You got that hit by the truck.
If you
Yeah.
even
Just
survive,
splashed.
like, most people would die from that.
Oh, God, that was horrific.
They would die from that. You're right.
Yeah, totally. Like you just fall. You just get all that dumped on you. Be like, bam. Just like
He was
lean
walking
back.
around like his skin was bags hanging off of his like skeleton. Oh,
It reminded me of like
Yeah.
cheese
Oh,
dripping off of
God.
like pizza.
pizza.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
And then that truck hits him and he just like pops.
Yeah, he explodes.
Oh.
And it's just like a brown green.
A wash. It just like washes up against the windshield.
Yeah. Oh, that was the. Oh man, the
gross.
sounds he was making.
He was
were
water
awful.
retentive at that point. Very.
he was mostly water.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was awful.
That dude went out hard.
RoboCop was a hardcore movie, man.
Yeah.
That movie was traumatizing.
Especially when we were kids, like the one you can get now, you don't. It's not the same as the
No.
one we saw as a kid.
It's PG-13.
You saw him getting his arms and legs blown off as he's like writhing on the ground.
You have to get that shit on Laserdisc.
Seriously.
VHS.
VHS, I think.
God, and him hooking his head up to RoboCop, the RoboCop suit.
Oh.
Just remember that. Yeah. Oh God.
Him hooking his head up?
Yeah, well, I can't when they'd have like maintenance or something.
Oh, and they opened it
Oh,
up.
yeah,
yeah.
and it just the way it looked.
It was like
just, oh,
pulling
man.
the side of his face.
Yeah.
Pinned to it. Yeah. RoboCop's a shit.
It's kind of weird to think like did they just kept his like the skin on his face or did they just take
It had his
that whole
brain
part
and
of
his
his head.
spine.
Partial brain.
Jeez.
I thought-
because
yeah.
He's actually more robot than he is man. In like the Wikipedia and stuff, they talk about how he has a pretty large processor on the part of the brain that wasn't on the other part that was destroyed,
wow.
and that does work like a computer, but there is still this like remnant of like memories
Okay.
and stuff like that, and like reaction, and that's why they picked him. But yeah, like he's just a heart. All he is the torso, the neck, and the head. Everything
anything
else
that didn't get shot off.
yeah, God.
Oh, yeah. He had everything shot.
Wow.
Has to eat
See,
baby
and-
food for the rest of his life.
Oh yeah, and that like makes so much sense. Like they portrayed that so well, like how he was his confliction with like being a robot or human.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
when he was getting his memories back as he was going through that house, when
Oh,
he was
that
still
was
doing RoboCop.
Terrifying.
That was.
He's having those flashbacks, and
Oh.
it looks like it hurts.
Yeah.
Whenever you make that big grin, like
Tilt his head back. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's a brutal movie.
gotta
all
do a
around.
RoboCop episode.
We gotta do a RoboCop.
We spent more time talking about him
God.
than we did Metallo.
Yeah,
Metallo, but,
oh, now we're going back to Superman villains. Parasite. We're talking
Parasite,
about
that's
Parasite.
right. That's right.
He just like at one point in the animated series he captured Superman. They're talking about this in the
Mm-hmm.
like thing we just watched, but he kidnapped Superman and then like sort of held him down prisoner so he could just feed off of him for the rest of his life.
Oh,
just
yeah.
come down and
That's right.
like get all his energy and go out. And
That's
just
a
keep coming
limited
back.
time thing.
Oh, man.
That ain't
He's
never
gonna get out
gonna.
of that eventually.
Yeah.
It's not a
right.
long-term thing.
Yeah.
He's only like chained up.
Yeah, it looked like there was like compressed like like there's large metal like pistons or whatever holding
Yeah.
him in place.
Oh,
But come on, he-
okay.
It's the Superman shackles, that cover their whole hands.
Yeah,
all
I
he
can't
has to
do that
do-
hand free.
knock a hole in the area above him, get a little sunlight, whoop, he's
There
out.
we go. We're poking holes through your whole narrative, WB.
And then he calls
WB.
Batman and says, "Hey, I can't get near this guy. You gotta handle this shit for me."
Yeah, handle
Bruce.
this one. Get your Batmobile. Come
Yeah.
over here and do this. 'Cause this guy is rough.
Yeah.
do me a favor, Bruce? Do you know how many favors? I wonder how many favors Batman and Superman do for each other.
A lot. I'm
Just
sure.
like constantly asking. I bet Bruce like uses the shit out of Superman.
Yeah.
Just running errands
Yeah.
for him.
Batman has the highest stockpile of kryptonite in the world because it's all
Batman?
been confiscated.
Or
yeah,
Superman?
Oh,
Batman.
it's all been confiscated.
He just got his hands on it. Dang, that's
Mhm. He's
Super-
got
Superman isn't like.
no.
Really?
Superman wants it to.
cool.
Superman,
What are you gonna do?
he
with
trusts
Yeah,
Batman.
why
Like
have all this?
he wants him to have it because he trusts him. Even if he has to use it against him, he wants Batman to have it.
Yeah.
And Batman has 75% of the
Oh, okay.
world's
That checks out.
stock. Of
It's always
things.
it's all from one meteor.
I think so. I think, but it broke apart in the
Right.
like kind of atmosphere or whatever, and seeded in a
Yeah.
bunch of areas.
Man.
Yeah.
Wow. Kryptonite. Man, I wonder how far. It'd be cool to know like the actual placement of kryptonite in the universe. If, like, how long it would take to that meteorite to hit the Earth. I don't know. The physics of that would be kind of cool.
I think they make it sound like it happened a long time ago, like way before humans.
So it's like light
Yeah.
years away.
Mhm.
It takes that.
Yeah, because it felt like it was part of the Earth's
Planet.
crust, pretty much,
isn't it
or
parts
even
of
deeper
Krypton?
than that. Yeah, I thought so. Parts that
Is it
blew
like a-
off of Krypton and exploded.
Yeah.
Is it like
And it came
minerals or
flying.
something in Krypton?
Maybe I'm wrong.
That.
I-
I
Maybe look
thought
into
that was
that.
Yeah, maybe
it.
we should
I
look
thought-
up some.
but yeah, I don't know. But it seemed like it was almost like finding iron. Like it was, they find a vein of it or something.
Yeah.
And they're digging somewhere. Like, what is this? Oh.
Yeah.
oh,
it's
let's
hot.
give it to the Joker. Let's make a dragon out of it.
Yeah.
Dragon into it.
Somebody hit it with a hammer. Good way to get radioactive isotope to go critical and kill everyone in like a 10 mile or like little area. It happened a lot back in the Manhattan Project. Not the
Yeah.
Manhattan Project, but like the experiments afterwards. There's some pretty frightening accounts of accidents in that kind of thing.
It happened
Oh, the
with
atomic
Oppenheimer.
Did it?
Yeah, and Heisenberg. Heisenberg was trying to make it, and it blew up the whole facility.
Jesus. Was he there? So he died then?
No, that he knew what was happening. That the
Oh.
chain reaction was like it was like a meltdown,
Oh shit.
and so everybody, like, I saw this video of it, like a reenactment. Everybody's running out of the building, and it just blows up, and they
God.
got delayed.
The one I read, I don't know who it was, but they were working on a little radioactive isotope, and they had moved to do something, or something happened, and a metal piece of like a tool struck the little piece of isotope, and that caused a brief, I don't know what they call it, but it kind of goes critical for a second or whatever. And there was about a bunch of witnesses that saw it happen, and like he said that just everything went blue, like bright blue light. He tasted metal, and then he was dead within like 45 minutes or something. Like died really early, like horrible ass exposure.
Whoa.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Think how like archaic all that was and what they were dealing with.
yeah, and they
Like,
didn't
even
know.
now, it's not super safe.
Yeah. Still don't really have a hold on it. Okay, next. General Zod. Maybe touch on him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I think he's a pretty cool character.
He's formidable. He comes with like Fiora. I love Fiora. She's
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, he's got the whole Krypton gang with him.
Yeah, Fiora was awesome in the movie.
Yeah.
She was just
She
as cool
was
as he
really
was,
cool.
I think.
Yeah.
That is like
The way they
my
did her.
She had
favorite
some
like
good
version.
dialogue too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not
Oh.
a lot, but when she did,
She
it
was
good.
like scary. Like
She was, yeah. She was intimidating.
Man, she's a cool Superman villain.
yeah.
Fiora?
Mm-hmm.
Fiora. A good death is its own reward.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, man, it's so good.
Yeah. Was he even? I can't even think of a time I've ever seen Zod in the comics.
I know.
You ever see him in
Um,
like a panel or something?
I never
I
seen
have like it was one of the newer ones. He came in like this armored suit, really similar to that, and
Oh, okay.
it's actually really close to the movie version. But yeah, he looks
That-
similar and
That's cool. I didn't like his robes in the earlier Superman movies.
that like the black suit that
It's like a black version of a cheap Scorpion Halloween costume.
Yeah.
Walmart.
it's a noob Cybot
Yeah. Noob Cybot with the gold trim.
with that
It's
gold,
gold
trim.
It looks like Ronin from Marvel.
Oh,
Marvel
yeah,
character
yeah.
Ronin,
Mm-hmm.
just with no
Right.
mask.
Yeah,
It's like
and I
a-
don't like it.
Like a
But
cheap
I like
version.
Ronin.
Yeah, Ronin's cool.
He pulls it off.
But not Zod, not Zonin.
No,
I'm not rolling with Zonin.
Uh-uh.
no.
Don't
I
know
like-
what the guy looks like that.
I like Zod's motivate. Like you can see where he's coming from. Like I can't really blame him for doing some of the shit. That
Yeah, he's
does.
bred for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I like that you can kind of feel bad for him a little bit. You know,
He
he's not
just-
like totally evil. He's
He's-
just kind of made to do this. You know.
He's doing it for his
He-
people.
Yeah.
He's like Megatron. You know, he's trying to rebuild his home planet,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he doesn't. The problem is he doesn't care what gets in the way.
Yeah.
That's right. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of the problem with him. He just wasn't a murderer.
That'd be great. He's just kind of like a version of Superman, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's like him and Bizarro. It's kind of like that. Well, Bizarro's like opposite.
Yeah.
I guess that's sort of. It's just another version, but Bizarro still has like super strength,
Mm-hmm.
and
He has powers.
Yeah, it's like similar powers, just backwards.
Yeah.
He has the ice vision
Ice vision
and
and
heat breath.
like
Yeah.
heat breath for sure.
I didn't know that. I found that out.
Heat breath out in his mouth. Yeah. Well, the only place breath could come out of.
Oh yes.
So
Does it have ear breath?
Oh, you're
Ear
nice.
breath.
Ear
Butt breath. I mean, there is butt breath. That's the
It'd be
thing.
funny if all his powers came out of his butt.
Yeah.
That's kind of backwards.
That
It's
would be
backwards.
opposite.
It's backwards,
I mean,
yeah.
if they were gonna go
Like
like,
a laser comes
full
out of his
throttle.
penis and he shoots people with his ass kind of thing. Maybe
I like the
vice
fire
versa.
coming out of the ass.
Yeah.
Laser beam shooting out of his butt.
And Superman's like, oh, has to look down Main Street, you know, if he wants to match the beam like they always do.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
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 gross.
gross.
He would see everything.
Yeah. Weird squared off ass.
Yeah, it's cute, but
Yeah.
that was weird in the old timey Justice League cartoon.
Yeah.
He had like the blocky face.
I like the marbled face like Alex Ross. I like how he does it. Makes it look more like
Oh,
stone
yeah.
instead of just like diamond almost.
He does look like rock.
Yeah.
Well, I don't understand why he looks so like zombie like. He looked like Solomon Grundy a little bit.
Yeah,
With
and
the
he even
Superman
talks
costume.
like
Oh.
him and
Yeah, he did. He does look like
I can see him being like not eloquent talking. Like that makes sense because Superman's pretty.
eloquent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good word for it. But I just don't get like his look. I guess he just looks dead and lifeless.
He
Superman
does.
looks full of life.
And vibrant and healthy and
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
probably it.
okay, yeah, all right. He's like
Total
he's
opposite.
like walking around hunched over,
Yeah.
his hands up. His hair looks disgusting.
Oh, greasy. Just like, dude, take a shower, Brad. You could take a bath in the sun, all right?
It is
Get some of that
definitely
yellow
not
sun in
Maybelline.
Yeah.
There's no maybe about it. Yeah, he comes from a cube planet.
Yeah.
His planet's a cube.
That's cool. I like that.
Didn't he have like a chain? Like he had some bling kind of, or was it like a chain?
It had like a stone on it with on it chiseled like Bizarro number 1
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
over the Superman symbol because it's
Oh,
like
man.
his was almost a representation of Superman, even though it's a backwards S. He's like, "Fuck you, no, I made my own."
I'm number
It's a
one.
stupid stone chisel.
It's like a really shitty version of it.
Yeah. Then he made with his
Boy.
heat breath. Bizarro number
That
1.
is bizarre. The buildings in on his planet and the cities are like all like shitty looking and
Spheres. Ours are squares.
There was a
With
car
domes.
with square tires on it.
Yeah.
That
No
would not
wonder
be
they're
very
angry.
efficient.
No, that would be awful. That'd be a horrible ride.
Yeah, that's
He
why they're all
was bouncing.
squared off and
Yeah.
shit.
That's why I look dead. This is
Banging
just, like,
against the
everything is so like jolting in the Bizarro world.
Yeah, I feel bad for Bizarro.
I do too.
It's about as far as that goes. Kind of like
Yeah.
Solomon Grundy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's misunderstood.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes he kind of seems like he's pretty well intentioned, but people
Sometimes
Yeah.
will kind of just manipulate him and trick him.
yeah.
Oh.
And Superman's been able to like talk him down and shit using that like reverse language and
Oh yeah,
you know.
Clever.
bad is good.
Superman
Up
and
is
bad.
down.
Down is up.
Black is brown. Sorry. Yeah, Bizarro's cool. I don't really see much of Bizarro.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't always seem too
Really
often.
isn't. There's only so much you could do with him, I guess. Okay, all right, okay. This is a heavy hitter. All right, guys, ready for this?
I'm ready.
Let's Lex Luthor. All right.
Donald Trump.
Oh, man.
Donald
Oh,
Trump.
God.
No, I feel like Donald
Yeah.
Trump and Elon Musk, like the intelligence of
Yeah.
Elon Musk, none of his
Oh, yeah.
compassion, which he has a lot of, but all of his intelligence, because he became president, and
That's true.
Yeah, he became
That's true.
president.
And-
So he has no soul.
yeah, soulless.
That'd be funny if Donald Trump had a battle suit
Oh,
with his like face exposed, like
He
Lex
will.
Luthor does.
if he gets elected, he will have a horrible battle suit.
It's gonna say Trump.
It's gonna be horrible, and someone else is gonna have built it, and he's just gonna put his name on it.
Okay, gold.
Yeah,
He's-
miraculous combat suit you've ever seen.
Beautiful,
luxurious suit.
The most tremendous battle suit that has ever existed. Believe me. That
It's gonna be huge. This battle suit's gonna be huge.
Huge. Huge.
I hope this
His
is
hands are
a
gonna be
joke.
huge.
They're gonna be
Big,
giant
beautiful
hands.
hands.
Can you actually put your hands
Look at
over
these.
my hands?
So make it look like my hands. Thanks. Oh, that looks great.
That's great,
It's just
guys.
like
Great.
Guthrie.
Yeah.
All right. All
Not
right.
my fault.
Gotta do that. Okay.
I'm
What
gonna
a
put my hands
tremendous-
under the table.
Tremendously large hands. I love it. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
But Lex Luthor, I kind of like some of his motivation. You know, he sees Superman as like the ceiling, and that makes humans not want to try anymore.
Yeah, I can kind of see his point.
Oh yeah. That would totally happen. People would get so lazy if Superman was around. He'd be just
Yeah.
saving everybody.
Exactly. So it kind of limits us, I guess, is what he thinks.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. I think that's kind of a cool way to look at it.
That's his whole motive. I always thought like there's always some kind of like a little bit of jealousy
Oh,
with
yeah.
him. Like he wished he was as
Because
powerful.
he would have been. He
Yeah.
would have been the most the Superman, you know,
Oh.
because he would have been the smartest, most capable. You
Yeah,
know.
his power suit, right?
Oh yeah.
He'd be the most strongest.
The most strongest.
The most strongest.
Believe you.
Believe me. Yeah. But I guess that's kind of why he's evil, is like his avarice.
Hmm. It just bothers me, like with a lot of these characters, they just continually reuse them. It's like they still hate them. It's like, come on, can we have some like development here?
Yeah.
Can
I
Lex
know.
Luthor like realize like, oh man, I was being a dick, because then he could actually become a really cool character.
Yeah, he could join the Justice League.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
man.
Earth 2, or was it Earth 2 Lex Luthor or whatever?
Yeah, he was actually a good guy.
Yeah.
That's right.
And he was like a great inventor and stuff.
Mhm.
It's like that'd be cool if he could switch over. They need to really like freshen that guy up. He's just really just the same thing over.
Yeah,
and over.
Yeah.
a lot of those villains and some of the heroes. I think
Everybody
we
needs a makeover.
Yeah, they do. We need to flip this this villain.
it's time to bring in some new characters and start killing the old ones.
I kind of think so. I think that's kind of what Marvel's doing
Good.
right now. Because they have the new Iron Man, Thor, Spider-Man.
What's Tony Stark doing then?
Well, I don't know. There's some chick is a new Iron Man.
Captain Falcon's Captain America now.
Yeah,
And they both look cool.
they do. Yeah, I think that's awesome.
Thor is Jane Foster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
She looks
cool.
awesome.
She looks really cool.
I'm happy with that. Vision's around. See him. Some of the covers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. He has like a whole new costume. See, they need a makeover.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, come on. Give Lex Luthor some hair, for God's sakes.
Something. Or some goodwill.
Yeah. Lex Luthor was, I think that's a really interesting point, how he would be the strongest if Superman wasn't. He would be the strongest, smartest, most powerful person if Superman wasn't already there.
Yeah.
So I never really thought about it that way.
But you had to figure it out though. Like you picked up on the jealousy. It's
Yeah.
just that's the function of the jealousy right there.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That kind of gives a lot of like motive for him. I've always kind of like been not really interested in Lex Luthor.
Yeah, he's kind of bland.
Yeah, he's always, and they use him over and over again. Every
That's
kind
what
of
it is.
rendition of Superman they've done to Lex Luthor.
Mm-hmm.
Gene Hackman. I mean, they're all pretty cool.
I'm just tired of seeing him. I want to see some other
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, there's so many other Superman villains they could use, but they just never touch. It's always either
Yeah.
General Zod or Lex Luthor. They just keep going back and forth.
It's like if
Let Lex Luthor just take a break for a little while.
yeah,
Yeah, he's
Please.
in
Yeah.
jail for a while.
Yeah.
just leave him in there.
Right?
he's in the Slammer.
Leave him.
And it's like, well, now if you do like Metallo or Brainiac or Cyborg Superman, then it's just like everybody's gonna be like, well, they're just they're just stealing the idea of Ultron because nobody really knew about him before this. I think like
yeah.
in the pop culture.
I think like Bizarro Superman would be good. And I thought I heard that's the original. That was one of the original ideas for Batman versus Superman.
It was Bizarro.
Yeah,
That'd have been cool.
but they couldn't make it work or something like that.
Oh, some people when nobody knew it was exactly Doomsday,
Maybe that was it,
some
yeah.
people were like talking about it.
Bizarro.
Yeah, it was Bizarro Superman.
Maybe it's
Doomsday.
just a theory. And not
That's what
an
I
actual
saw something like that. I think it was
idea.
on Angry Joe's part.
Yeah, it
Or
was.
his
Huh.
show. Yeah. I mean, and I guess like Darkseid would be a really great villain to throw in there.
He's
but
one of those super villains that like Joker. I think should probably get his own. Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
You know.
He's
Yeah.
kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
and he's more of like I see him more of like a Justice League villain.
A DC Universe villain.
Yeah.
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 Sure. Yeah.
Like
I mean,
Thanos.
he's the DC version of Thanos.
for sure.
But I don't know. Like I think Parasite's kind of small. He seems like I don't know. He might be like one of those villains that shows up like early on, but isn't like the final person.
Yeah, he's
first.
like one of those characters that's more used as a tool by the more intelligent
Yeah.
characters
Yeah, but then you have like Lex Luthor using him.
all the
Yeah.
time.
All the time.
It's always
He
got
did
them legs.
Injustice.
Fucking Lex.
And
All
this- Yeah.
They need to freshen it up.
Freshen it up.
And last but not least, we got Doomsday.
Doomsday,
which
my
they've-
favorite.
They've done, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Those
he's my
Superman
favorite.
villains.
Yeah. I don't know. I really like Metallo. And I really like Brainiac.
Yeah.
I think they're cool. I think Brainiac would make a cool villain.
And I don't like Doomsday
Superman
because he
movie.
killed Superman. I like him because of his origin. I think he's got a really cool origin that really explains why he's so strong.
Yeah, it's so creative. Like I've never really seen a character with that kind of origin before.
What is his origin exactly?
He was like a creation of an alien scientist that was continually cloned and tested on some planet. And every time he would die, they would make a clone of the one that died, and they did it like thousands and thousands of times or whatever, and so he would evolve and become immune to whatever killed him, to the point where
Yeah.
nothing could kill him anymore.
Yeah.
And that's when he killed the scientist. And then before he killed the scientist, I think I'm not positive about that, but the scientist sent him off, like in his containment suit. That's that suit that's green and has the red circular eyes.
Yeah, he has those like little straps around him with
Mhm.
metal.
And he was like shot into space, and he just so happened to collide with Earth.
Dang.
Man, it's like, what are
Yeah.
the chances of that?
I know.
Superman's like only one that could kill him just happens to whatever.
Yeah.
Happens to be here, yeah.
Well, wasn't he going from planet to planet at a certain point?
I'm sure.
Gaining all those evolutions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe that's part of it.
Yeah, I might want to fact check some of what I said for sure, because it's kind of like a
I think that's definitely the gist of it. Like he just evolved
Yeah.
past all these things that could kill him, where nothing could kill him.
yeah, and that's kind of
Doesn't
unique.
kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, and I like his look. His green trunks are a little weird, but you know, Hulk's got fucking fur pants, so
Yeah.
whatever. But he has boots on, which is weird.
He does
Doomsday
have
has
boots.
boots.
Yeah, he does have boots.
Wait, he's
Like
like
they
his
got laces
costume-
and shit. Like, I was like, is
He's
he
tied
telling me
those.
he's like pulling those things on, like struggling with boots, like everyone does, and then finally gets them on, and then has to like tie them? And no,
I just don't feel like he has time for that.
no,
I always
He's a
thought
busy
his
guy.
costume was just the remnants of that suit he was in when he was
that'd
locked
be
up.
the best one. You
Yeah,
know?
but why did they give him boots? You know,
I could see it just being like
Somebody else
whatever
had
covered the
shoes.
foot, you know, just don't make it look like a motorcycle boot like it did. It like
Yeah.
laces and like a sole and like
A
make it look like an
skull
alien fucking
embroidered.
shoe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Explicit language advisory. I don't know.
I guess he just hasn't evolved past shoes at this point.
Apparently not.
Yeah, his vulnerability is the bottom of his foot. He steps on like something sharp.
Might be onto something.
It's a
I
dead
mean,
man.
Achilles heel, you know.
Oh, Achilles palm of your foot.
Yeah, kind of the mix of that and the thorn in the lion's paw. Like,
Whoa!
What?
Yeah.
Wow!
we just stumbled
Oh
upon
my
the.
gosh!
Mm.
I think you figured out how to beat him.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Why?
For the hand.
Because I'm a Batman fan.
Detective.
Yeah.
Figuring it out.
Yeah. There's
Connecting
always
the
a solution.
dots.
Always.
Doesn't it take him in between whenever he gets killed to where he resurrects? Doesn't he get? Doesn't that take 1,000 years or something? Like it takes a hell of a long time for him to.
I don't know.
Is that true?
I know that like Kryptonians would go into like a lower metabolic rate and appear dead, and they're just slowly regenerating. And because he's part Kryptonian, he's somehow involved with because he's got like Kryptonian knuckle bones, and he at least in the comic he did.
I thought he was like Kryptonian somehow too.
Maybe that
That's
wasn't
sort
like
of
his
why.
first evolution or whatever. Maybe he eventually got to that, but yeah, I love Doomsday. He's fucking cool.
He's really cool.
He is cool. Yeah.
He was good
He's
in
great.
Injustice, man. I'd make some people really upset with me.
Yeah, really.
Playing as
Oh,
him. He'd
man.
do that rush.
Oh yeah, he would.
Yeah.
Unavoidable.
He'd
Yeah.
catch you in the air if you tried to fly or jump over and slam you into the ground.
I didn't like playing with you as Doomsday.
Yeah.
That was not fun.
That's such a good game.
That is a good game.
I'm excited for the new one.
I forgot Doomsday was a character in that. That's cool.
Do you have that game? Yeah, that game, don't you?
You
No.
can put him in his
I
containment.
haven't played it
suit.
at all. No,
Next time you guys come over, we'll play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
And it was like free on PlayStation Network, and it was like the extended version, so it has all the DLC characters.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
Oh.
For free.
I really liked Doomsday in the movie.
I did
Batman
too.
vs Superman.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they really shoehorned him in, and I don't like how they made him. Like Zod's body and Lex's blood. Of course, Lex has something to do with it. Of course.
Always.
That's just why it looked like it was.
It's kind of just like hammed together. It didn't make much sense.
No, yeah.
I like
But
how
I liked him, like his aesthetic.
Yeah, and he grew. He grew those spikes every time he resurrected. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did anybody see the cartoon animated series Doomsday?
Yeah,
That was
Remember that.
Yeah.
What you think of that?
that was cool. That was really cool. Cause I think in that cartoon, didn't like Superman kind of just let go and not limit himself at all, and just
That
go
was
as hard as he could.
Darkseid.
That was Darkseid. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, when he's like, I've been living in a world of cardboard.
Oh, you're talking about the movie
the
Doom.
animated movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one being pretty good.
Mm-hmm. It's always fun to see them.
Yeah.
I remember they had
It was
like
well
weird
done.
faces,
Pretty
like they
well
had
done.
lines on their cheeks.
Yeah. I kind of liked it. It wasn't the worst one I've seen.
No, it's not.
I've always been meaning to see it. I gotta put that on my list.
I always hate it. Like sometimes the colors are washed out on those.
Oh.
Like the colors are kind of off, but the animation is usually really good. Some costume designs dumb.
Yeah.
I hate it when the Justice League has uniform outfits, but with different symbols and shit. Like I think that's what DC's doing now, or what they had done and stopped doing. I don't know, but like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, they all wore essentially the same template of a suit,
Oh, okay.
but they were all colored and they looked like their own.
Kind of like Power Rangers.
Yeah,
suits.
yeah, like the Power Rangers. Yeah,
Okay.
I did not
Huh.
like that. Batman's not gonna do that.
Yeah, why did Batman do that? He's got his own look going.
He's gonna no. I hate that
Yeah, I don't
shit.
know.
Yeah,
That
they
either.
don't really. That's like what would be the point? And like especially with Batman, because his suit would need to be enhanced.
I think what it was a design choice, because if they all have the same template, it's really easy to draw them all really quickly. And if you're going to be producing a bunch of books, you go Disney style and you make those designs pretty simple so that a whole bunch of people can make a bunch at one time.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that's right.
Dang.
But I don't
Figured it
agree
out.
with mine. I don't agree
It's
with it.
lazy.
It is. Spend the time and make something of higher quality. There doesn't have to be as many, and it doesn't have to be flooded like that.
Yeah. That's how I feel about the Marvel Netflix shows.
Yeah.
Like I don't think you
Yeah.
need that many episodes. I think you can get it done in like 8 or 9.
And they
at
seem
least.
like they say the same story twice in one season. Like,
Oh.
they go through the motion of one
Yeah.
action, and then it seems like it just replays that same action, but in a different way.
In a different context.
Different environments, and
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
characters,
I think
but it's
that's
just
true.
the same
Yeah.
thing.
the same kind of story.
But Luke Cage didn't do that as much I mean, it kind of did. It did too.
It kind of did, yeah.
Because just going from Cottonmouth to Diamondback, I mean, it was the same thing essentially.
It was. He was going after him.
Yeah. They
So
need to
it's
fix
like
that.
a first half and a second half. You know?
Yeah.
There
You're
is.
right.
It's like that in all
They need to
those.
make like more dynamics.
They need to make abridged versions
Yeah.
of the shows.
Yeah, or like like in the movies, some of like the characters are doing things simultaneously, so they're together. And I think that's why. Maybe that's why I'm excited for what is it? Heroes for Hire?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Defenders.
Defenders. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Defenders.
yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be so awesome.
I know,
can't
it
wait.
is.
I'm
It's so
actually. I
good.
think I might be more excited for that than I am like Infinity Gauntlet.
Dang.
Wow.
Oh.
No, I'm not.
no,
My
we
brain is
said
like,
it,
let's
you
check
don't say
that. Let's check that. That
Hold on
actually
a
doesn't
second,
pass
hold on
second
a second.
inspection. It reboot. Retake that.
Well, you know, I
I
think one.
started thinking about all the badass characters. I'm like,
Yeah.
Hold up.
Well, one would argue that they'll probably be the street level people
Yeah.
in
Oh, I
Infinity
hope.
Gauntlet. Maybe
I
this is
hope.
what's
I think
building up
so.
to.
I hope.
Because I don't know what villain they would fight. I don't know anything.
Thanos.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
the street level guys.
in like the Defenders like series that's going to come out. I don't
The
know.
Hand, I think, would be
Oh.
perfect.
Man. Yeah.
Bullseye, Elektra.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not Bullseye.
Electra.
Yeah.
Bullseye
I don't know
in
why I
charge of like
I kind of
The
think
most-
it's Electra leading the Hand.
Yeah.
Maybe.
zombie Electra. But is she like Ra's al Ghul where
She's resurrected.
she just comes back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow,
Ooh, jeez, that'd be cool if they did Shadowland somehow.
Yeah, I made a better version of it.
Did you ever read Shadowland?
No.
Where Daredevil actually was in charge of the Hand.
Oh, I haven't read it, but I'm kind of familiar. Wasn't he? Did he turn evil?
Yeah.
He was like
man.
possessed by this demon.
Okay.
Spoiler alert! I think that's the end.
No, you're good. Well, I don't know.
I wouldn't recommend it. It's
It's
not
not
really that
great.
great. The idea is cool, but
It's so disappointing.
yeah, it's kind of
Spider-Man's in it. Iron Fist.
Ghost
Luke
Rider.
Cage. Ghost Rider.
That's weird. Do you think that's where they got the idea for like Spectacular Spider-Man, or is that what it was? Where he was Doc Ock,
Oh, Superior.
Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's right. Wonder if they kind of did that, and I go, well, you can do it again.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that
Yeah.
that's had to have happened a few times,
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I'm sure it did.
but I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you ever? I'm not sure if I've read the actual Doomsday comic. It looks kind of cool.
Mhm.
I don't know how like they just beat each other to death. I guess
Yeah.
because he eventually killed
Yeah.
Superman, but Superman killed him.
Mhm.
In the movie, Doomsday just jabs him in the chest with like his hand spike.
Yeah, just like,
Yeah.
I think they just wore each other out. Maybe
that's usually.
That's what I
think,
thought.
Like Superman
Something like that.
gave up
Yeah.
all his
I
energy.
just don't understand why Superman doesn't like pick him up, like stay behind him, and fly into space into just a general. Doesn't have to be into the sun. Don't have to do that. And just throw his ass into deep space.
Yeah.
Like
He can't fly.
Yeah. Doomsday
he's
can't
gonna
fly.
have to hit something
He
or
is.
grab onto something, and the chances of that are pretty low. And if he's traveling
That's
that
right.
fast, it'll be a while.
That's what somebody did to get him to Earth.
And thing is,
Yeah,
just
shot
that's,
him into
that's how you
space.
deal
Right?
with it.
Pass
Shoot
him on.
space, yeah.
Pass him on. Someone
Or
else.
maybe you could like shoot it. I don't know if this is possible, but shoot it in a direction where it's all just empty space. So maybe he's just going in this like huge like circle. Of
He'd be
not
pulled
hitting
back into
anything.
the sun no matter what, though.
Oh yeah.
I think anything will.
Would
Slowly.
you destroy the sun? Well, what if is he Kryptonian?
You
Would
could
that help
absorb it.
him?
Like I don't know.
Like,
If that, I don't know. It's a good question.
Because if he breaks down, it seems like that's when he just gets stronger and he might come back.
We need to figure out what that actual relationship is between him and.
Yeah.
That might,
Yeah,
that might like
I know.
be the
That's
ultimate, like-
real.
Gotta figure that out.
Yeah, or send him someplace with bread, or just like if you could if you could get him like shackled up and lock him in your own little shuttle, and just have it avoid things and just constantly fly around.
They should make him just a generator. Like hook him to these, strong ass chains, kind of like what you're saying. But his struggling would produce energy.
Oh.
Like a dam uses the resistance of the water to power the.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Use his struggle.
Oh.
Gain from his struggle.
That's the Doomsday way.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it for Superman villains. Any guys think we forgot? Oh God, no! Superboy Prime.
Oh yeah,
Forgot to
my
talk
boy.
about Superboy. Last one.
Boy.
And
Superboy
he's like,
Prime.
he's cool. He's a unique one to end on. I didn't know that much about him before watching that, and he was actually
Yeah.
kind of intriguing.
He's really
Yeah.
underrated. If you want to, like, I think the best story is Infinite Crisis,
Yeah, I think so.
where he comes around.
He's so awesome.
Whatever he's in, I've read several like series with him in it, and he's really cool. He just kills tons of people. Like,
Tons of
really-
people.
Yeah.
Like an
So
alternate reality Superman who wasn't actually Superman, but ended up actually having his powers.
Yeah, some meteor passed by and
Yeah.
gave him his powers
Yeah,
or something, and then he was the only superhero on his planet.
Man,
And so coming to
all-
that one,
yeah.
Earth Prime or whatever. It's not Earth Prime. He's from Earth Prime.
Mhm.
Yeah, so coming to our Earth.
Well,
Like-
there's like an older Superman too, wasn't there?
Yeah,
him and
Lois
Superman.
Lane was dying, and he was trying to find a way to save her. And those three were floating around in some spaceship when they found Earth for Infinite
I'd be
Crisis.
so
Yeah.
interested to read that.
Yeah.
It's
It's
good.
kind of-
It's
Oh, yeah.
It's
It's an
big. It's one of their
intriguing
epics.
concept.
I think
It is.
DC's better at doing those big epics. For
That
sure.
is
I think
Yeah,
so,
totally.
for sure.
They're a little
Yeah.
little stunted in their single issues and stuff, but
Yeah.
man, when they
They're-
go into a
Yeah, they're so good at keeping all their characters on point too. Like
Yeah.
that's where I think Marvel really kind of trips in the comics, at least. I
Mhm.
think in the movies they're really.
oh
good
yeah,
at
that's
it.
a whole different story.
Yeah.
But if we're talking like comic books, I don't think they really stick to their characters. Like sometimes their characters do things that are uncharacteristic.
Yeah.
yeah.
And sometimes they just like throw them in there and they don't.
Tony
really do
Stark,
much.
perfect example.
There'd be there'd be
Yeah.
like times where they could have just easily done something that was a challenge in the story, but they didn't want to write them in. I don't know.
I just never understood why they had to continually, like clockwork, bring out these like character changing situations. I was like, why can't we just watch for 5 years this dude do his thing?
Yeah.
You know, it's going to take a long time for there to be some kind of build up of resistance, and not every issue be the same, but slow the pace down.
hmm
I think.
Yeah. It's like, well, hey, we need to refresh this character. We'll make him lose his powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Give him an addiction.
Yeah. Yes, give him.
Kill him. Bring him back.
Kill him in the brain.
That'll do the trick.
I think that's really what made Shadowlands so shitty. Is they had so many
Oh,
characters
yeah.
in there and they didn't really like utilize them well enough. That's
No.
what went wrong in the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did not manage those characters well. At all.
Yeah, but you know that in this like in this big epic story in DC, like Superboy Prime has been like a big part in Infinite Crisis. He was in several others. He's been a large part of these epics.
Was
like,
he in Final Crisis?
I think so. Like the '90s Crisis ones.
I thought maybe. Is that when he was with Superman and he got back to his... No, that's not 90s.
There's the
That's
first
way
one where he
earlier.
showed up, and then there's a second one where he was with the Anti-Monitor and he put that shoulder
Yeah.
piece on. And then the third time was with on Brightest Day, I think, where he was a Yellow Lantern.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So he had this really cool armor. I don't know what it was for, but he had like
I
wristbands.
thought it was just
Yeah.
yellow, the energy of the yellow sun on him all the time.
Oh, really?
I thought so,
Oh shit.
but I'm not sure.
Superman should develop that.
Something like that, yeah. You
Batman wasn't like,
Yeah.
man, maybe we should
You know,
put you in
this
a
might
suit
be pretty
that's,
good.
like,
This might be pretty cool.
constantly hitting you with, sun rays.
Right?
The genius idea. Superman's like, nah, it doesn't look cool.
No,
It doesn't look cool.
you won't be able to see my dick.
How do people supposed to see my dick with these
Yeah.
shoulder pads on?
Yeah, not gonna work.
Unbelievable. I think Superboy Prime is very underrated.
Yeah, a really
I
cool
think so,
story.
too. He burned the S in his chest. That was
Yeah.
so awesome.
His slow
Hardcore.
degradation into
Yeah.
psychosis and
Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
man.
I just love the crazy.
It makes you
Yeah.
appreciate Superman more because
It
it's
does.
like, wow, he could be a dick really easily.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is when Superman goes wrong.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Just glad you don't have that.
Yeah.
Glad you don't have to deal with that.
And it's like anyone who gets those powers, if it's not Clark Kent, something bad happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They lose it.
Me too.
He's just simple-minded enough to like not think too much about it.
Yeah.
He doesn't get anxiety over his powers.
he does. He just gotta take
Nah.
It's okay, whatever.
Kind of like the strongest person in the world.
Whatever.
Still pretty chill.
Yeah. I gotta go finish his story, so Perry's gonna be pissed.
Perry's gonna have my ass.
Yeah. I'm legitimate scared of Perry. Darkseid doesn't frighten him, but Perry White's like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, seriously.
All right.
You can't beat him up, so.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, you can't
You
do anything
have
to
to
me,
be
bro.
nice to him.
Yeah.
Can't do anything to me.
All right, cool. Well, I think we covered pretty much all the main Superman villains.
He's got some good villains.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
got some interesting ones.
Yeah, a lot of underused ones, totally.
That's true.
Yeah, more than I thought. And we need to. What's her name? Voltage. We should have.
Yeah.
Is that her name? Voltage? She's
Oh.
pretty cool.
High voltage.
Is that what it is?
No, I don't think so.
She's. I can't remember,
Something
but she.
Livewire?
Livewire.
That might be it.
Is that it?
That's-
No,
I think
it.
that's
She's
it.
fucking cool.
She is really cool,
I
yeah.
like her design and her abilities. And stuff
Yeah,
like that. She
I
should get an
know.
honorable mention.
I like her,
Right, yeah,
her
yeah,
personality
definitely.
is cool.
And she like electricity is like Superman's actually weak against
Yeah.
electricity.
Electricity, magic.
Oh.
I think that's it.
I think
Wood.
so.
And
Wood.
kryptonite. Wood.
That might be true. I can't remember. He was a long time ago. Like there was something stupid.
Sometimes Marble doesn't agree with him.
That's true.